Hi guys, welcome back. Now we are going to discuss about access modifier. So what is this access modifier actually? So when we will use actually basically in our Java program, right? So we saw some methods and variables, all the stuff, right? So you have a class basically, right? And inside the class you are creating your variables as well as your methods. That is fine. From another class, okay, so you have two classes now, okay, so from another class you want to access these variables or methods, whatever it may be, okay. So when you are going, okay, so you can have able to access it, right, but you want to restrict that, okay, or you want to specify that I should not access from another folder Java classes. Maybe the same folder I have it, I can able to access, but other folders I have it, other folder I have the Java classes, those Java classes should not be able to access it. Those type of situation when you want to when it is coming actually, basically you can go for a access modifier. Okay, let me tell you in this some MS Paint so that you will get somewhat more idea actually. Okay, so just assume that you are having maybe couple of folders you will create, right? When you are creating the projects, couple of folders, or we can call it as a package, anything is fine. Okay, so just assume that you are having a folder one, you are having the folder one, okay, the same way you will have the folder 2, right? So like this you will have basically multiple folders, right? So in that basically you will have a couple of classes again, right? So this is one of the class, maybe here you will have another class and here another. So these folders may be having two classes, okay. Just assume that this is maybe okay, let me take it as an example, okay. So this is a class 1, okay, so this is the class 2, okay, this is the class 3, okay. So now this is maybe your maybe test. This is also one of the class, okay, class 1, again maybe the class name will be test1, and this is maybe just assume that any name is fine actually. So class 4, I'm just keeping that, okay. So these are just naming convention, okay, don't worry about it. Okay, maybe you are having two folders and you are having 5 classes, right, totally. So maybe you are having this class 2 want to access the details from class 3 at the same time test 1 and class 4, okay. So the class 2 want the details from class 3 as well as class 4, just assume that, okay. Now so class 4 is belongs to another folder, right? Class 3 is belongs to same folder but different class, obviously, right? So class 2 is different one, different Java class, class 3 is different Java class. So when class 2 is trying to access class 3, class 3 don't want to provide all the details to class 2, right? So they may have some own data, those data this class 3 don't want to share to this class 2, right, basically. The same way when you are accessing class 4, this is obviously different folder structure, right, different folder. So they maybe have some data which should be accessible only inside this folder, right, and only inside the folder classes, and some of the data may be outside the folder as well, right? So they can give the restriction like that, right? So this type of restrictions when we need to provide it out, right? So we are coming into access modifier concept basically, okay. So hope you understood, right? So we are, so to decide that we are having couple of keywords basically, okay. So the keywords you can able to see in the screen like public, protected, default and private, this all are belongs to access modifier keywords basically. So if you are giving, so what is the use of these keywords, let's see, I will show you in different one, okay. I have just prepared this one, okay. So if you are using, so you will have use cases like within the class, maybe the same class whatever you are using in the private, so same class, okay, within package maybe same folder, okay, outside the package but subclass, you don't worry about it. What is subclass is nothing but this guy trying to access the, this is subclass which is created from this parent class. Maybe if you are having two classes, okay, so one class A and class B, okay, class B trying to gather the information from class A, so that time it is called as a child class, class B is called as child class basically, okay, and outside the package classes, okay. So when you are using private, right, right? When you are using private, basically, so those variables or whatever, like methods, whatever it may be, it can be accessible only inside this class. Okay, once you create a variable as a private, that variable cannot be accessible from the outside class, only it will be accessible inside the class. The same way, if you declare the private variables, that should be accessible within the package or not? No, right? So if I give yes, why, it means yes. If I giving no, it means no. So it is not accessible from the package level, maybe. So only the class can be accessible, or other package and subclasses also cannot able to access the private variables. Basically, private variables or methods, anything is fine. Okay, and when you are going with the defaults means if you are not giving any keyword itself. Okay, so that may be within the class and within the package also can be accessible, but outside the package and outside the subclass also is not accessible. Okay, and don't confuse. Maybe if you are getting confused, keep it hold for some other videos. Okay, so when we are discussing some inheritance concept, you can get it clearly, this idea. Okay, just try to understand what is the accessible level. Just try to understand that alone. Okay, so in this video, so protected will be like within the class is accessible, within the package is accessible, outside the package by, but subclass also is accessible. Okay, but outside the package is not accessible, but when the outside package having some subclasses of the current class, it can be accessible. Okay, and again public, that is also accessible everywhere. Okay, so that is what public can be accessible everywhere. If you are creating some variables or method, say public, so from the whole project, wherever you want, you can able to access it basically. Okay, hope you understood, right? Let's